Welcome, my name's Dr. Jason W. Morrison and I'm a theologist from New South Wales, Australia. Psychologists help people with themselves and other people, and theologists help people with themselves and God. Galatians 5 and verse 11. Apostle Paul speaking to the Galatian church. And I, brethren, if I still preach circumcision, why do I still suffer persecution? In other words, the legalists were trying to take Paul out, just like they took Jesus out. Why do I still suffer persecution? Then the offence of the cross has ceased. Well, there would be no contention if Paul wasn't going around saying that be content that all your issues are finished in the finished work between you and yourself and God in the finished work of Christ. I could wish that those who trouble you would even cut themselves off, which is pretty heavy, because in reality Jesus said, bless those who curse you, bless and do not curse. But that's just how passionate Paul is about this issue of people thinking that there's something you need to do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad, instead of just being liberated and living your life on the finished work of Christ. Now, verse 13, for you, brethren, have been called to liberty, only do not use liberty as an opportunity for the flesh. Now, immediately you would think it's saying, do not, what, have we got a technical hiccup here? No. Immediately you'd think it's saying that because you're under grace you can do whatever you want, but it's actually not that at all. What he's saying is, because you are, everything's okay now between you and God in the finished work of Christ, that doesn't just mean you can go and do whatever you want to do in the sense of, now listen, it's not behavioural, it's how you think spiritually. Because the opportunity for the flesh is anything you think you need to do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad. Okay? For you, brethren, have been called to liberty. Only do not use liberty as an opportunity to think there's something you need to do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad. But through love, serve one another. Now there's an interesting thing coming up here, and if I said to you, I'm going to ask you before I read it, it says this, for all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, you shall love what? Now 9 out of 10 believers go, the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind and with all your soul. And you can't do that anyway because you disintegrate. There, that's just, tell people that go, I love the Lord my God with all my heart and with all my soul. It's the biggest one of the biggest religious self-deceptions there is, because you can't do it and God never expected you to do it, because you were never going to be able to do it. But for all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, isn't that, it's this, you shall love your neighbour as yourself, which is hard enough. But if you bite and devour one another, which is, see, you've got more chance of loving your neighbour through letting go and just having faith in the finished work of Christ as a resolve for all your issues between yourself and God, than what you have that if you think there's something you need to do or not do to make God happy or stop him from being sad. This is where verse 15 comes in. This is where legalistic life comes in, and this is where Paul's trying to stop it. He says, but if you bite and devour one another, beware lest you be consumed by one another. And that's the best that legalism could do. But everybody just ends up consumed and exhausted with it. There's no liberality in it at all. So he says in 16, so I say then, and he's come all this way to be able to say this, and we're going to say it as a confession, because we're coming to the end of this talk. Say it after me. If I walk in the Spirit, I shall not fulfill the lusts of the flesh. For the lusts of the flesh are against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh. These are contrary to one another, so that I do not do the things that I wish. But when I am led by the Spirit, I am not under law. Did you know that? We'll continue this in the next talk. Yeah, Dr. Jason Morrison Theologist again. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, and hope you got plenty of self-rediscovery and freedom out of it. Watch it on YouTube. Please share or like, maybe even comment. Watch it on Facebook, like, comment, share. But most of all, get out and live. This isn't a rehearsal. You've got a one-off life. Don't let your loyalty and your faithfulness blind you to the life that you should be experiencing. Till the next video, thank you for watching, and bye for now.